bear with me. The Boston Bruins are now 4-1, and that is good enough for third in the Atlantic. Take it away, Rob.
It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
It's too early. They're near the bottom of the conference. They're not near the top of the league. My name is Joey Copponi. That's Rob Tocci. Rob, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Got a cat on my shoulders. I'm doing well.
Right on, dude. That makes me think of Prize Picks, the exclusive daily fantasy partner of the CLNS Media Network, and Game Time Tickets, the best place to buy tickets online to sports concerts, all your favorite events.
Woo! I got a story about that, actually.
Bees beat the Leafs. Go on. Yeah. Talk about it. Do you want to start with?
Let's jump right
with
into
Game Time Tickets.
An impromptu ad read from Rob. So I was lovingly shoved out of the apartment by my fiance because she was out Friday evening.
Because you stink?
Because I'm very smelly. She was out of the apartment Friday, so I kind of had a Rob night. And then Saturday, she was like, you should go to the game. I was like, you want me out of the apartment? She was like, well, it'd be nice to have some time. I was like, all right, I'll go to the game. I'll twist my arm. I guess I'll go to the Bruins game. Mm-hmm. So I go to Game Time. I'm like, all right, what are we looking at for prices here? Saturday night against Toronto. Mm-hmm. Like, it's going to be maybe a toughie. When I tell you, Joe, when I look at it, my cup runneth over with options. Mm-hmm. I ended up sitting second row balcony for $108 on a Saturday.
Did you use code CLNS to save $20? I did use code CLNS
to save $20 on my first purchase. I actually did that.
Terms apply, but yeah.
Terms so applied. But yeah, dude, second row balcony for like just over $100. Like, my buddy and I, we got there, we sat down. It was clear that he hadn't sat in like the first few rows in quite a while, and he looked at me and was like, this is pretty crazy for the price. I was like, dude, I know.
Yeah.
So
that is
big.
That's a good price for like a Wednesday against Carolina game. Carolina's a terrible team to pick there, but you know what I mean. That's a good price for any day. A Saturday night against Toronto.
Second row balcony. Like that usually like starts at like 200. Starts at 200 if you're lucky.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's just early season things. I don't know if it's Celtics run that's show right now. I don't know if they had been on a losing streak. I don't know what that is, but God bless them. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever the reason, I was very grateful. Was very glad to get in at that price point, and ended up being a very good game to see. There were
not a bad game to go to, Rob.
There were some theatrics getting home, which I'll get to towards the end of the show. But as far as getting in there, big thanks to Game Time. Use code CLNS. Save $20 in first purchase.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
You say it every episode. I wasn't listening.
Talking about it.
And then I went to go buy a ticket, and I was like, what is Joe always saying about using the Game Time app?
There's something this guy's
to buy tickets and using code CLNS.
He says something.
What does it mean?
Let's talk about this game because they won. Because we talked about how they were gonna win and then they won. Did they come in and what's the word you used? Donkey dick?
I did not use that. That was by someone else, but I still like that expression. I just some form of kick their ass, like whatever language you feel like using. They didn't. But it was solid. It wasn't a fluke win. It wasn't like, wow, we got away with it. They kept making some of the same mistakes. They improved in some areas. But you take it when you get it. And it's like, yeah, an overtime win against Toronto with Brad Marchand's first goal of the year. Yeah, that's fine. At the end of the day, very, very, very happy with the results and the contents of this game.
I didn't necessarily expect them to come out and just pipe down Toronto either. Like, it was always on the table because that's just who they are. Like, they just absolutely love to make a mockery out of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And that would have been cool and whatever. Care way more about just getting back to looking like a professional hockey team, which they did. Like, it looked like they had like an organized break-in. They had like a forecheck. That was maybe the most stunning part of this game to me, is that they just looked like they had a game plan that they were executing. And it is strong hockey, winning battles. Rob, winning battles for the puck, Rob.
On one of the power plays, they look good. Not so much the others, but they capitalized on it. So, hey, we'll call it progress. There was progress being made in this game. They generally moving in the correct direction. Like, they didn't solve all their issues within this 62-ish minutes. But that's fine. Like, we're playing the Flyers next, and they are just not a good hockey team right now. No. So
this is a great chapter. I talked about the chapter thing last episode, but breaking this season down into chunks and just looking at like, okay, if they can get through this chunk with this many points, this chunk with this many points, this is a great way to start off, or well, actually close out the first one. Really is, I think, the consensus we came to. We said we were going to make a graphic. We didn't make a graphic. We'll make a graphic, but we haven't made the graphic yet.
You keep saying we. It was mostly you. I was like, yeah, this sounds good.
Yeah,
but I'm with you by association.
Thank you. But like, are you with me like in spirit too? Like you like?
I am. No,
idea?
I'm just separating myself from this concept.
No, I am. Sound like you were like, yeah, that's your idea. To be clear,
well, no, it is. But I want you to get more credit for it because it was your idea.
I don't need to get credit for anything. I just need another companionship. So if you can give me that, that's really all I need.
I'll think about it. Yeah, but no, we're into the next one. We've turned the page, so to speak.
Have we? Are we on to chapter 2? Was this the beginning of chapter 2?
What do you think? Well, you said you felt that the Nashville game was the end of chapter 1.
That's what I think, because I think like,
or sorry, the Stars game, not Nashville, the Stars.
Yeah, it was the Stars game. I don't know. I feel like the Leafs are a new corner, like turning a new leaf.
God damn it! All right, thanks for bearing with me.
God damn it! Thanks for bearing with me. I think it is turning over a new leaf.
All right.
You hit the Leafs. Every time you play the Leafs, you reset.
Yeah.
It's an auto reset. You turn over the new leaf. Yeah. But, I mean, still a handful of bad giveaways.
Yeah, there were some issues on the power
ugly
play.
Back check stuff. But
some bad penalties.
That Brazeau goal, I just say, hockey goal. A coach would show that and be like, "Do you see what they did?
They
kept
keep
one
throwing
man high on the forecheck. They stayed strong. First guy attacks. Second guy breaks to the front of the net. Third guy covers high. A, B, C. You stay high. You stay strong. What happens? You go to the net. Good things happen."
That's basically who I was sitting next to at the game. Was a man, like, clearly he's a coach of some sort in the whole game. Mm-hmm. He's like, you can't break out through the middle right there. You can't do it. There's too much pressure coming on you. Like, and I was just like, yes, sir, you got it. Yeah. At one point, I think Coyle got flagged for a penalty. And I was like, you can't do that. He's the mayor of Weymouth. And he was like, you should get 2 penalties for that. And I was like, yeah. It was a good
That's time. How watching the game with Pops is a lot of the time.
Oh, I would love to experience that.
Pointing out it's like, well, you see what happened there, right? Yes.
Yes, Dad.
Yes, I
You know what? It's wrong, right? Yes. And then they explain it anyways, as if you didn't just say you understand. It's pointless. It's like rhetorical question to get you going. It's like when I went to Regina's with my dad before a game one time, and he's like, "You been here before?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've been here." He's like, "The pizzas are small here." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I've been here before." He's like, "Yeah, the pizzas are small here, so you got to eat the whole thing. You can't take it with you. But the pizzas are small here." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I've been here."
Yeah, no, I know.
With you multiple times. Like, it's the only time I go to
sauce is good. Wait till you try it.
The only time in my life I've ever been to Regina's on the North End is with my father. And every time he goes there, he's like, "You been here before?"
Father, some of my favorite memories between you and I happened within these walls. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Some of my only memories, Dad, are within these walls. Charlie McAvoy played almost half of this game. Did you know that? 26-18.
I looked at the time on ice for everybody. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's so much. That's approaching playoff numbers, if not just playoff numbers. I would have told you with confidence the fourth line played about 18 minutes this game. It really, really felt like every time there was a line change or like play resuming, it was the fourth line out there, or even the third line. My buddy and I, like, we were laughing. We're like, the fourth line again? Like, wow, he's really not trusting the top six in like the latter half of this game. And then I was completely wrong. It just was.
I mean, Kepke getting less than 10 minutes on it is stunning to me.
That was very surprising.
I don't know how that's possible.
That's like a negative. Oh, that's interesting.
I think it's just that they have proved themselves so much that they just demand our attention. So you notice they're out there and your ears perk up a little bit. So that's why
fair.
It feels like they're always out there.
It's like how I didn't notice Geeky played almost 10 minutes, which is pretty short for Morgan Geeky. But did you see what Montgomery's comment was about him today?
No.
Somebody asked him, like, what does he need to do to get back to form? He's like, he needs to play better. It's like, all right.
Tough to argue with that one.
Yeah, right. It's like one of those quotes. It's like, can I just assume that would be your answer, and then can I run with it? Or do I have to actually formally ask you this question? Yeah, what more Geeky needs to do to get back where he was last season? Quote, play better.
Play better. Yeah.
He seems a little snippy lately, Monty. Not.
Yeah, this is probably like a good time to bring up. You know what? Actually, this is a better time to bring up Prize Picks.
You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Hey, sign up today. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. This week on the Prize Picks football board, Justin Jefferson for more than 83.5 receiving yards and Patrick Mahomes for less than 267.5 passing yards. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
What I was going to say before I was so unrudely interrupted by something way more important than what I have to say was something. It was definitely something. What was I going to say? Monty. It's a good time to bring up the Monty
yourself.
the newest development in the Monty and Brad saga.
Oh my God.
That is sweeping the nation. Did you see that he yelled at him? We talked about it. I'm making fun of the fact that people talked about it, but we talked about it. That Brad was just kind of took it as an opportunity to be like, everyone's so fucking soft, dude.
I brought this up last episode, by the way.
Are we out past this?
Oh yeah, we're past. You brought it here. We're like, I think it was a bigger deal than we made it out to be. I was like, Brad disagrees.
Yep.
You tuned me out.
Yeah, that did happen. No, that did happen. I just didn't think it was the same clip that I was talking about, but it is the same clip.
Yeah, he did take it as an opportunity to be like, everybody's so fucking soft. Like,
kids these days.
Which is such that's Brad's take. And it's like, it's not wrong. Like, it's people do kind of need to not worry about Brad's behalf so much. Like, I think he can handle it.
Mm-hmm. What you go while I'm pulling up this other quote.
I actually have a flow of notes for this game.
Oh shit, hit it.
So again, in attendance for this one, a lot of Leafs fans. Not like a takeover, because that's not possible, but quite a bit. Like at one point there was like a not quiet, like, let's go Leafs chants going. That promptly got booed into oblivion, but quite like looking around, like a lot of clusters of blue jerseys. Way more than I'm used to seeing. So I'm really glad they lost, because I hate when they come in and there's a lot of them and then they get to walk out happy. Nobody from Toronto should be happy at any point. And if I can contribute to their misery, all the better.
Maybe that's why the tickets were so low. How many?
Maybe. I mean,
what percentage would you give the number of people that were there being Leafs fans?
Oh boy. You figure 1% is like 170 people.
Okay.
Maybe like 3 to 4%.
Okay.
Maybe more. Maybe less. It's 3%. I'll lock in. There was 500 Leafs fans at this game, which is funny because that is like, wow, there's a lot of Leafs fans, and that's still 17,100 Bruins fans to balance it out. But
did you notice the online discourse of Leafs fans upset about the Pasternak double minor, the high stick, the Nylander high stick?
No, I totally missed it.
Are you people so
Were they mad because
stupid?
he looked like he was about to cross-check Nylander, and they're like, well,
No,
was that oh, it doesn't even play into
they
it.
said
Okay,
it
what
was
happened?
embellishment and should have been too.
Yeah, he knocked out his own fucking teeth. He embellished knocking his own fucking teeth out of his face. What commitment for a double minor they didn't score on?
I'm baffled at the stupidity of the population of Toronto, Canada. It's unbelievable. They're like, why is this a double minor? Because the rules of the game, it's an automatic. What are you talking about? It's one of the only automatic penalties. They drew blood with it. What are you talking about?
I want to take
embellishment
2 copies.
city.
Oh my god! I want to take 2 copies of the NHL rulebook and clap their ears with them until blood comes out. But
It's
or they
unbelievable,
understand
dude.
hockey at all. No, I did not see that. That's fucking so dumb. That's
Pasternak
so
with a
ridiculous.
miraculous recovery, somehow a double minor.
What do you want him to like permanently lay on the ice and just not move the rest of the game? What would be satisfactory?
Still don't understand how this got 4 minutes.
Where is this? What are you looking at right now?
At Leafs News.
I love when that happens. You're like you read a story. Like, what's this from? It's from the Toronto Maple Leafs account directly.
Yeah, it's
like,
never. Yeah,
it's from the mayor of
there
Toronto.
are people who are like at Matthews fan 47, Big Poppy 2.0, but like that's.
He had his teeth knocked out. We were like, why is this 4 minutes? Oh,
it's
my
unbelievable.
God, that's so fucking I want to knock out some of their teeth and see how they react to it. Like, oh, what an Oscar worthy performance. I thought it was funny in the moment that the refs didn't see it. The refs did not call that penalty when it happened. But when you look in the corner and David Pasternak's laying on the ground with missing parts of his teeth, you're like, all right, we got to call that. So the coach sitting next to me is like, here's what they're going to do. They're going to call it a double minor. They're going to pretend they saw it. They're going to review it and be like, yup, we were right, even though they missed it. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's so funny that Toronto fans just watch somebody get a high stick like that and be like, I don't understand why we're getting penalized for this.
Wait. Nylander's going to the box?
Did they get the wrong 88? Did they mess that up?
I'm looking at, this is my favorite comment. I just got to read this one before we turn the page on this, turn over a new leaf. This guy said, I turned the game off after that call. That should have gone as a non-call. Boston influenced the referees, and the referees were too unprofessional to ignore it. The NHL needs to get rid of amateurs screwing up the game. They need to get rid of these referees calling double minor high sticks on bleeding players.
I turned the game off.
The game was tied, wasn't it?
I think it was.
You're turning off a tie game that eventually goes into overtime.
That's unbelievable.
Oh my God.
That's so good.
Awesome.
And it's every time. It's every time we play the Leafs, we get more of this, which is why I say it all the time. I love playing the Leafs because we just get so much juicy stupidity online to just just munch on for a few days.
It's unbelievable. They're awesome. I never want them to change. Oh, it's
Also,
like I love to hate them. I think I love to hate them as much as I love to love the Bruins. I think it's right. I think they're right there. I think it's even.
It's the yin and the yang. It's the opposite energy, but an equal amount of it. It's something.
I just love how polluted they are. I just love it.
No, I know you didn't get to see this one live. They have there's always a hype video right before puck drop. The hype video this year is so good. Good. It always is, but it's like very much like emphasizing like 100 years of Bruins, and it's like a lot of like classic clips and some I'd never seen before, like some really good stuff from like Middleton goals, and I don't know, just a lot.
They're doing a second year of their centennial.
They are.
Video.
This is
okay.
Yeah,
just to
they
be
are.
Clear.
It's over.
They're in their
December
second
1st.
centennial season. Yeah,
it's the math checks out, but it still is distressing. And apparently they showed it on Nesson. The Jumbotron video, which that's not typical.
No.
I saw Defumi tweet about it, and someone's like, "Oh, I love when they do that because it makes you feel like you're at the Garden all the more." So please
They
keep
should
doing
do
that.
it every
Do
night.
that every time. I will
Yeah.
always will watch that. It's always good. It's one of my favorite reasons to go there is to get the little just at the Garden stuff. I love the Jumbotron. It's great.
I remember going to a game when I was like, I don't know, 9 or 10, and walking in late as the hype video was ending. And I remember being like, I kind of don't want to see the game. I remember being like very young, being like, this ruined the whole experience. Like, I missed it. What am I even here for?
It's like if walking into the movies and I miss the trailers. I'm like,
I'm not in the
all
zone.
right.
Get me
All
in
right.
the zone.
All right.
You know?
I guess I'll just watch the fucking movie I came here to watch. I guess I'll watch the hockey game I came here to watch.
Ugh.
Bullshit.
Yeah, there is something. There is something about it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Good stuff. Good stuff. They always make good stuff. The Bruins.
Yeah.
do.
So I'm just gonna kind of flow. Like I have notes on all the goals, including the Leafs goals, just stuff surrounding it. The Nyes goal. This one was funny because Matthews was carrying the puck into like at the top of the crease, basically, and there was like a jumble in there, and in it, Patra lifts Matthews' stick cleanly. And the puck stays behind, and Matthews doesn't have it anymore. But he does it in a way that kind of fucked over Swayman, because when he lifted the stick and the puck stayed, Swayman like was tracking the movement, so he kept going. But the puck stopped moving, and he's just like popped it in like against the grain on Swayman. So it looks like it couldn't have been a better play for them. But it's like, are you mad that Matthew Poitras stick lifted Austin Matthews since he went through the crease? Like,
it's one of those like, oh, sorry, oh, well, no, excuse me, my bad. One of those like awkward little.
Yeah, it's just an odd
kind
one.
of situation.
Yeah, but that getting up 1-0 was like 35 seconds into the second period after a scoreless first period. It's like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
And then the Pasternak goal. A few things I like here. Actually good puck movement, crisp, fast passes on the power play, leading to a wide open Pasternak on the one-timer. Why are you not defending David Pasternak on the circle? I don't know. You should do that. And I love. Did you hear Judd's call on this goal?
I did.
Pasternak loves his Leafs. That's good. I like that one.
It is good. I said that I was going to start to make a Judd bingo card. And I'll tell you so honestly, I just didn't. I just didn't pull anything from this game. But like, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I somebody they clipped it on Twitter. Somebody did. I think it was like Open Ice or somebody. And of course, like Leafs fans being like, "This is cringe." It's like, all right, man. Like, okay, shut the fuck up.
All right, dude.
I do you ever like get 90% of the way through it, like a comment or a tweet, and then you just delete it? You're like, I don't care. I like screenshotted like their profile where it said like Toronto sports enthusiasts, and I wanted to reply and be like cringe, but I was like, it just doesn't matter. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm not stooping down with them right now. But yeah, that was. I mean, Pasta Leaf killer, love it. I mean, very well documented how much he loves beating Toronto. It's another good excuse to bring out the not today, Justin. But just classic. That's what a Bruins power play goal looks like to me. It's like moving around, get it to Pasternak, one timer, bang, back in the net. There you go. 1-1. Riley's goal. This is all Mitch Marner. Mitch Marner was a force this game. Not one of the 3 stars for some reason. Matthews was number 2. Marner assisted on all 3 Toronto goals. And this one was some incredible skating from him to get some distance from Patra and just sauce it up to Riley, who in motion drops to a knee and takes a shot. Just a pretty goal. Nothing. There's, it is. That's it. I don't even want to. But no, that was a good goal. And you move on. 2-1, Toronto. And then not too long after that, they shuffle up the lines a bit, and you get Trent Frederick, Matt Patra, and Justin Brazeau. And I don't know if you experience this as well, but when I'm at the game, I have a much easier time keeping track of like who is on the ice and like what the lines are. I'm way more vigilant about it. Every time there's a line change, I say
I feel
out loud.
I feel like the exact opposite way.
No, I say out loud to myself like who is coming onto the ice, and I was like, oh, okay, that's so immediately. You see Freddie, Patra, Braz. I'm like, that's new. That's not what we've been doing this game. That was not the line.
Yeah.
Immediately they score, and this is the goal that I think you said it was like that's a hockey goal.
Yeah,
Patra
it's a coaching goal, staying high in the slot, covering up, or staying high to cover in the forecheck and collapse on opportunities like the one that Braz did. Like it's hockey school would take this clip and go nuts with it. Yeah.
I mean, notice Patra a lot this game, including here. Like the puck bounces away from Toronto and he just protects it with his whole body. He like puts his body between the puck and the Toronto player, but like waits for it to move a little bit more towards the net before putting it on. And then just gets a good enough bounce where it ends up, I think Freddie gets a go at it, and then Brazeau puts it under the bar, in and out. And I'll tell you, this was on my end of the ice because I was at the end. I was like basically behind the goal up in the balcony. Did not think it went in. I was like, that was posting out, and I was so confused when they were celebrating. But of course, they know. Like they got a better view. Anybody in the building when that goes in. So it was like one of those like, oh, okay, yeah. Like it's not like the here's a breakaway and the very erupted like celebration from everybody at once. It was kind of a staggered, delayed, like, oh, that went in. Okay, cool, yeah, 2-2. But you take it. And then only 30 seconds later, Joe, a measly 30 seconds later.
What happens?
Mark Kastelik again. The garnish on the Olmark trade turning out to be the main course. And the pass from Beecher here is getting all of the love that it deserves. And that makes me very happy.
Right.
In the corner, backhand blind pass into the front to Kastelik, tape to tape. Nothing Stolarz could have done about it. Nothing. Oh, that felt so good.
What's so smart about that play is that Beecher realizes that on the 2-on-2 that like this play generated from the left D. I don't know who was on the ice for Toronto. Overcommitted across to their right side of the ice. And then they didn't switch. Like both defensemen, like I'm sure Beecher knew both men are on me right now. And one goes to very slowly get back out in front. But I think Beecher's thinking there is like, fuck it. I'm going to go for this on the off chance I hit him tape to tape because Kastelik's out there alone. And they don't seem to be in a rush to get back out there and cover him because I don't think they're expecting me to just whip it backhand, no-look sauce from the corner and just a flawless execution. But also Kastelik to stand there and be there and be a presence in front of the net, even when the puck's in the corner, and be like, trust his guys that if they know I'm here, they're going to get me the puck.
That's why I love this line so much is just how in a hurry they get the puck down low and how they get it on net. Like they play like there's 15 seconds left on the clock every shift, and it keeps working. Yeah, no, Kastelik totally alone there. Like they're not even no one on those five guys aren't even looking at Kastelik until that puck hits him.
And I'm telling you, Beecher knows that. Beecher's like they're both on me. I'm throwing it out there. It's a smart. It's a heads up hockey. Heads up hockey.
Beecher had a very quick like fist pump Selly. Oh, and this gave us the Patra mic'd up moment, which is so good. He just like looks at it because obviously like Beecher, Patra, and Lohrei are like this like triumvirate of the kids, and he just like looks over at Beecher. He goes, "Buddy, blind backhand pass from the corner." He's like, "That was nasty." Just baby boy. Also,
no look from the corner. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Oh, on the Braz goal. So assisted by Patra on that one. Patra like is more excited about the goal than I think Braz is, and he's like leaping into Braz's arms, and he's so small, like like even just like yes, Braz is huge. He's like 6'5". He's just a big boy, But even during like warm-ups, like looking at all the guys, like me and my buddy were like, Patra's just so small compared to, like he's so small compared to the rest of these guys.
Oh yeah, he's a kid.
So
he looks.
it's just so funny when you like see him like looking up. It's like it was like how everybody looked compared to Chara. Like whenever there's a goal and like people go to Selly with Chara, they're just like their neck is fully craned back, like looking up at him.
Who was it in the preseason? There was this picture of, was it Braz and Tyler Johnson?
It might have been, probably, yeah, because Johnson's like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, there was a picture. I think it was Tyler Johnson, and I think it was Braz, but there was this picture that was like, these men, not the same species.
No.
Real quick, before we get to the third and get to the happenings at the end of this game, if you've been listening to Rob talk about go to this game and you're like, God darn it to heck, I wish that I was at this game. They play more games coming up, and you can just go to Game Time.
There's nothing like seeing a game live. I mean, watching it on TV is great. We have all the technology. We have our phones. We have access to everything. But being there in person is definitely the way to go. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time.
Halloween is going to be 76 degrees in Manchester.
Hell yeah, brother. Oh, this was a Halloween game also, which I didn't really anticipate because Halloween itself is Thursday. So not everybody, a lot of costumes in the crowd this game. A lot of minions. The game fan of the game was between dudes wearing hot dogs costume and a dude wearing a big pizza costume. A lot of minions.
It's the year of food. People are saying that.
People have been saying it. There's like 12 dudes dressed as lumberjacks.
Do you think those fan of the game things are plants?
I don't know. It's like Luchador wins a lot. I think it's like either like one of the creatures of TD Garden or a baby.
Yeah.
Or just an old man dancing.
Because like the dance competitions at Fenway are planted. Sorry.
I would have to imagine to a degree there. I mean, a lot of it is like the helmet shuffle game we talk about, how like, yes, it's rigged.
It's B.
Pretty underwhelming if they just lost it.
Yeah.
And like statistically, they should be losing it 2/3 of the time. So like that would be kind of like, oh well, all right, that kind of was bumming me out. But they did like, have you seen them do guess the celly? Well, they'll silhouette out a player in the middle of a celebration, and you have to guess who the player is.
I don't think so.
So they did that, and I can't even begin to describe it. But their first guess was Pastrnak, which is usually a safe bet.
Fair.
And they're from Phoenix. And they're like, oh, it's Kastelik.
What?
And I was like, and it was right. And I was like, what? I'm like, they did not know that. Like that was definitely like, they're like, it's
what?
It's Kastelik. It's Kastelik.
Oh, he's from Phoenix?
He is
Kastelik.
Phoenix, Arizona. No
the
wonder
best player from Arizona, a lot of people are saying.
He's
in this game, at least.
One of the top two. One of the top two players.
Yeah.
In the black. You did it better. Yeah, I just thought it was like, it's one of those things. Like you just have to kind of rig it because otherwise it's not going to be as fun. Which is fair.
Kastelik tied for most points for a player from Arizona in this game.
What about all time?
It's very close. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but you got to assume he's up there.
Just round it up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right. I was like, I pride myself on having deep knowledge of a lot of these guys, and even I didn't know that. Which is, I mean, where they're from is not a very deep knowledge thing, but
still, I mean, it's also a guy who's been here for 8 games.
That's fair. Yeah, and it's like you didn't know that. You did not know
you
that.
did not know that.
You did not know that offhand. I refuse to believe that. All right, so at this point in the game is 3-2. Marchand, opportunity to ice it on an empty net goal going out the left wing, and here comes Pavel Zacha going far too fast, far too early, offsides. That's tough, especially because at this point, Brad does not have a goal. That would have sealed the deal for the game, and you're like, that feels like one of those mistakes that will bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
And then it bites them in the ass.
Directly.
You know how you let Austin Matthews just sprint towards your goal uncontested?
Well, so actually, I was going to say I don't do that because, well, one, because I'm not in the National Hockey League, but also two, because like I don't think that's a good idea, dude, because he's wicked good.
Yeah, it was a weird play. Beecher was on him, and then Beecher just is like, nah. Like he's like, I'm good. Which
It's
actually
so weird. I mean, it's weird to even like watch it back. You can watch it back 20 times. You're like, what exactly happened? How did he get in that much open ice? How is he the only player in any sweater below the dots? How did that happen? It's such a strange, ugly play that like you can sit there and dissect for a while. I don't even know if I want to put it on Beecher because I'm like, there's so many people
it's
not doing their job on this play. That's ugly. It's panicked.
One thing I do want to a little bit put on Beecher
Sure.
was shortly before that. The Bruins, like at this point, there's like a minute 30 left in the game.
Yeah.
And Beecher carries the puck into the Leafs end and then just kind of like lets it go. And it was like, yeah, it's deep enough. Let's go. But when he brought it into the zone, I out loud yelled, pin it. Like just put it in your skates, go to the board, take off as much time as you can. Like that's where we're at in the game. But he didn't. Yeah. He just let it go. And rewatching it, Brick said the same thing. I was like, me and Brick, we're in the same guy. I can do a job. It's fine. And then him not doing that ended up leading towards the Matthews goal. But also Steve Dangle pointed out, it's like, you know how bad the Bruins are? And then he like took a screenshot of Austin Matthews being the only one below the circles and being like, do you see who this is by himself? It's Austin Matthews. So
it's insane because like even like,
no one's looking at him. No one's looking at him.
Chuck realizes when he's in the fucking crease and is like, oh, I should do something about that. But there is certainly a moment that you can grab from this where the Bruins are just playing defense as if Austin Matthews is not behind them.
I don't think most of them knew that he was there.
No.
The two guys that probably should have known that were Beecher and McAvoy, and neither of them were really on to that.
Yeah.
And this is like, you know, the Bruins at the end of a period, at the end of a game, especially lately, you're like, yeah, fucking course Toronto tied it. Love fucking course we couldn't just get this one in regulation.
Yeah.
Very deflating. Just like, all right, fuck it. Extra hockey, I guess. And throughout this game, I do want to say, I think Swayman looks so good this game. He's been like, the numbers aren't there, but like he made some really important saves in close on really good guys. Like the kind of saves that like in the moment, you're like, that's a great save, but then you kind of forget about it. But they're the kind of saves that when you look at it, you're like, that so easily could have gone 5-0. That so easily could have gone in, but it didn't. It's not like the desperation save. It's just the aggressive at the right time, right position, and just he's such a good goaltender. And the other side of me, so I had the old coach on one side, and the other side was a big old dummy after the Matthews goal. Again, all alone, Austin Matthews tipping it in. The guy next to me goes, great. 8 more years of this. 8.25 million. Just fucking great. And I mean, I looked past my buddy and I looked at him and I looked at my friend. I'm like, oh, he's just dumb. Like, that's dumb thing to say. That's a dumb thing to say for a lot of reasons. Like, did you not watch the other 59 minutes of this game? Did you not notice how Austin Matthews, was all alone?
The second best player from Arizona
in this game.
The world. In this game.
And that's not nothing. Yeah, I it's like one of those moments I'm like, I gotta pick my battles. Like, I just...
Yeah.
Were you at the game with me the year, like the record-setting year? I went to a preseason game and they got pumped by the Devils like 6-2 or something. And the guy sitting next to me was like, and they think they're a playoff team. Which is funnier in retrospect because, like, famously that didn't go well. But like, for him to have that reaction and then they like win 65 of 82 games,
yeah,
it's like, yeah, all right, we're not the smartest group all the time.
Team. Yeah,
8 years of this. I hope so.
8 years of uncontested tips in the crease from Austin Matthews being goals. I'll take. Yeah. Who stops that? That's what I would ask. Is
Nobody.
Like, who stops
and if they
that?
did, it's an unbelievable save that was probably more luck than anything.
Did they
but it
deserve
just
to get
didn't happen.
scored on in that moment? Yes.
Yeah, they really did. They
really did.
for a few reasons. But
8 more
what do you-
years of what
do you-
exactly?
I don't know. I don't think he knew. I really wanted to be like, do you think this was Swayman's fault? Like, do you
Tell me where the hell that's Swayman's fault. Look at that
Yeah.
again. That's insane. That's
let's
funny,
break
though.
this down. I want to get him on the pod. Let's get him. Next time somebody does something like that, I'd be like, I would like to invite you onto my podcast where I can make fun of you in a public forum.
And if you don't come on, we're going to make fun of you anyway.
We're gonna do it
Without you
anyways.
there.
We're gonna do it anyways. But then we go to overtime.
Tell me about overtime, Rob.
Then we go to overtime.
Talk about overtime.
And this is why Austin Matthews is only the second best player from Phoenix, Arizona, or just from Arizona. I can't remember.
Is he
if
from
he's
Phoenix? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to say Scottsdale or like Glendale.
It's
I
all
don't
the
know.
same place.
It's the desert.
Yeah.
But Austin Matthews
Yep.
serves up a stuffed crust meat lovers pizza right up the boards. Oh my
It ain't
god!
delivery, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, it's not
It's
delivery.
DiGiorno.
It's 2 points. He just gives it away. He thought someone was coming, and he said as much. And I don't know if you saw the quote from him or the coach, but they're like, "Yep, he thought someone was coming, but they weren't. That's our mistake that we weren't there." And I'll be like, no, that's not. He was like, everybody on the ice made a mistake. I was like, I don't think that's what happened. I think Matthews just threw the puck away in his own zone. Yeah, but it's collected by Pasternak. Worst case scenario for Toronto, up on the right wing, and he makes a pass to Marchand, and the Toronto goalie makes a fucking awesome save on Marchand, and a really good right pad save. But unfortunately, it's 3-on-3, and there's not enough people there to clear the crease. And Pasternak and Marchand are just fucking forking the goaltender until the puck went in, which it did. Bruins win. Not the prettiest, whatever. Like, if you're digging it off of the goaltender as they're laying down, like, you know, not going to make the highlight reel, but it's fine. That's the no-T winner. Marchand, like, stick up in the air and then very emphatically slams it down on the ice. I was anticipating the monkey off the back, Shelly, which we usually get, but we did not. Felt good, man. Felt good. Did not need to go to overtime. Didn't love Toronto getting a point out of it when they really didn't need to. But whatever.
Tied in the standings now because
we're
of
tied in stand. Yeah, 4-4-1 record.
Mhm.
Bit of a mid off going in the Atlantic right now. Everybody's other than Florida, everybody's within 2 points of each other. So
Buffalo, Toronto, Detroit, Montreal, and Boston are all 4-4-1.
That's crazy, actually.
And then Ottawa is 4-4-0. So they have a chance if Ottawa plays Monday night and nobody else to even it all up.
The entire division has the exact same record. That's actually crazy. So, but honestly, it makes me feel better looking at that, knowing that like when the Bruins were struggling, it wasn't like they were getting left in the dust, and now we have to have like a really big run while everybody else kind of struggles to get back into a good position.
Yeah. No, I mean the points down the division are 13, 10, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 8.
Yeah, that's tight.
So
that's,
I mean
that's
they're right there. It's yeah. I mean one win just sets them into second place right now. You know.
Yeah,
again,
basically we're all
with nobody
separated by
else plays.
goal differential at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was just going to agree with you that like there was a reality where the Boston Bruins got left in the dust here, and somebody like Detroit just went 6-1-1 and whatever out here, but not the case.
Winnipeg 8-0 right now, and they're going against Toronto.
Wow. So Winnipeg 9-0.
I think they have a new coach, and I think it's the first time a new coach has ever started 8-0. That's pretty fun.
Monty didn't do that.
No, it's probably like 9-1.
Yeah,
somewhere in there. But generally speaking, for this game, I noticed in a positive way Zadorov and Lohrei a lot. I thought they both had very good games, if not their best games this season. Zadorov, and I'm going to be saying this every game, it is so obvious that he is holding back on every hit, but he is still knocking people the fuck over. Like, he is like almost too strong for the league. Like, he cannot use his full strength or he will get penalized every time.
The behind the B from, would it come out last week? This week?
Yeah, earlier last week. Yeah, today's Monday. With Bennett.
In which Zadorov challenges Sam Bennett to a fight about 4 times.
Former teammates.
Former teammate Sam Bennett says, "Come on, give me one. Come on,
come on, Benny, give me one.
Come on, Benny, give me one." Awesome, so awesome, but also it's insane that like they're both professional athletes because Sam Bennett does not look or act like an adult man in that clip. The way he looks at him is like, "What are you doing?"
It's like, why would I possibly fight you? Like,
it's so humanizing and disillusioning. It's awesome. What are you doing, man? You're like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, so you're 8 feet. I'm obviously not going to fight you, Zadorov. Like,
I'm not.
If Sam Bennett dropped the gloves of Zadorov, I would actually have to respect Sam Bennett a little bit. So I'm kind of glad he didn't.
Yeah,
because it's like if anybody under the height of 6'6" fights Nikita Zadorov, I'm like, you know what? Good for you. Yeah, that's more than I think most of us would be willing to do. But that was a good clip. I do like that. There was really also some good clips from them at the haunted house. I think they're releasing a fuller video on Halloween itself. Zadorov kept getting jump scared so badly just by an air hose. But it's so funny trying to watching somebody go through a haunted house like that because it's like this doesn't look scary at all. But you know, if I were in that position, I'd be pissing my pants. I went in high school. I went on a date in a haunted corn maze, and I literally sprinted away from my date at one point. I was like, "You got it!" Like we were getting chased by someone with a chainsaw, and I was like, "Nah, like I'll catch up with you later. Bye."
Dude, I was just talking about these. I react so poorly in those kind of situations, and not like I don't run away screaming or stand there and cry and pee my pants. I like giggle and like don't give them the scare that they want. And it just that makes me feel guilty, and so then I apologize to them. So like, so they'll jump out and be like, hey, "You shouldn't be in here," and I'll go, "Oh, okay, sorry, go away." It's like
you look good.
The costume's really nice, but like, don't act at me like that. I know you're acting, and it's freaking me out. It just makes me uncomfortable more than anything.
No, I lean into my humor too much. I just start making so many jokes. It's like I escape into the humor part of it, but.
I don't know. I like watching it. It was good. It was very good. It was great behind the B. Good. Great. Really good behind the B.
Really good. There was also, they posted a clip today of Pasternak pranking Carlo. He just took Carlo's stick and from the top was just filling it with water. And it was like Carlo like picked up his stick and he's like feeling it and he's dropping it out of his hand. He was like, "Well, that ruined the stick." Like that's kind of it. Like it was more funny just like Pasta giggling to himself as he's like pouring water and he's like, "It's so heavy." Like
I didn't see that. Where is that?
They posted on their Twitter. It was like him and Frederick were doing it, and like Carlo looks over and Frederick's just staring at him, and Frederick breaks immediately. He's like, "Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me?"
The Bruins post that?
Yeah. Also, did you see any other costumes? Because of the coveted, the highly anticipated NHL Halloween party.
Well, so the thing is, they've dressed up about 12 times.
Have they?
Yeah, I mean, well, like there was the picture of the boys as Kiss.
Well, that's all the same party though. That's just them.
Well, so today the Bruins tweeted a picture of them definitely at a hospital. And they're dressed up.
You know, that was not relevant though. That was their hospital trip where they dress up. They also had their own Halloween party.
And they dressed up for the haunted. They dress up a bunch.
They didn't dress up for the haunted house. Do you think they dressed up as scary people for the haunted house?
I don't know. That doesn't make sense, actually.
No, they didn't. They were working the haunted house, oddly. You don't even need to dress up Nikita Zadorov to make him scary. You just have to look at him long enough.
Do you think Freddie looks like Krug?
Sometimes Freddie's he's still got a bit of a baby face. He went as in the hospital. He was dressed up as the Mike Wazowski character from Monsters Inc., which is a good look for him. He pulls off the librarian look pretty well. But the highlight is absolutely Beecher, Mason, Lori, and Potsy as members of Kiss. Which, boy, can I not wait to be posting photos of that. Like, I don't know Kiss well enough, but whichever one of them looks like a cat is Potsy.
One of them is actually a cat.
One of them is actually a cat. Potsy doing like the like the with motion with the hand, which immediately makes me think of the Steve Dangle photo and Brad being like, "Is this your mighty might roar?"
Yeah.
I want to get chirped by Brad so bad. That's my goal in life. I want to get chirped by Brad, and I want to make a Jonas Brothers joke to Coyle's face. Those are my two things.
We can make that happen.
Charlie McAvoy, Cindy Lou Who, excellent look. But yeah, that's they also put somebody one is like Globo Gym people, and there's a lot more going on. But just to wrap up the game a little bit more too. So again, Swayman I thought looked really great, crucial saves. Morgan Geekie though, what's going on, buddy? We talked about it. Monty's just like, he needs to be better. He had like a good opportunity in close in like the first like 5 or 6 minutes where he had a good shot on goal, but it got turned away. But for the most part, like it's a black hole of offense. Like he gets the puck and the play dies. It's like one of those things. And he was so important to this team last year. And is a contract year for him. It's so odd out of all the guys to be like completely dried up right now for it to be Morgan Geekie's a little surprising to me.
100%. I think we both predicted a step forward year for him, like a kind of a breakout year a little bit. Not breakout year. That's maybe a dumb way to put it, but
no Zadorov penalty this game. Back-to-back games without a penalty for Nikita Zadorov.
That's a great streak. Would love to keep that going.
I would enjoy that quite a lot. Worked at the dot, 40% at the dot generally this game. Not good enough against Toronto. I mean, they have Tavares. That's big, but terrible news for any patrons of Hub Hall at TD Garden. This is going to affect me greatly, and I fear it will you as well. No more barbecue fries because the barbecue place is gone now.
God damn it.
It is the only empty stall at Hub Hall. There's nothing there.
It's the best. It was the best stall at Hub Hall. It
absolutely was the best food. But I kept thinking about it. I'm like, it was almost like too intricate for the turnover that they need, where it's just going to keep filtering down to like the fastest, easiest, cheapest foods, like pizza and like pasta. There's a pasta bar. I don't know. But I was devastated. I went to just get a slice of pizza, but I walked by it and I saw it cleared out, and I was like, "That sucks." Because I mean,
like a pulled pork sandwich with like a side of cornbread and collard greens before the game. Oh my god, I just gleeked a little bit.
Yeah, I bury me in cornbread. Holy shit! So that's disappointing.
You learn.
Did you see the clip of Kachuk going around that goal he scored?
Yeah, dude. What? I'm glad
Come on, man. Come
on. What are you doing?
They know it. They know that was 3 penalties, and they post the Florida Panthers like nothing better than Kachuk in the crease. It's like, fuck you. No team, no player is more coddled by the NHL, by the officiating, than Matthew fucking Kachuk.
No player is celebrated for being such a piece of shit. We don't like look at Brad's bad moments and be like, hell yeah. We look at him and be like, hey, that's Brad. Hey, you love him if he's on your team. And to be like, look at him, he's being a piece of shit. Isn't that awesome? You guys
initiating unnecessary contact with the goaltender, ripping the stick out of their hand, cross-checking them, and then hitting them in the crease and then scoring. And everybody's like, wow, what a player. It's like, that. Fuck you. I don't even have a more nuanced take on this than other than fuck you.
I just was rooting for someone to assault him in that moment. I was like, I want someone to just drop with him and be like, dude, enough. Really, enough. You know these guys. Like, why do you play like that? Like, I don't know. It's know these guys. Whatever.
What also fired me up, but kind of in a funnier way, is that I, of course, go to the Leafs subreddit after the Bruins beat them and just see how they're doing.
Right.
And there was a quote before the game where somebody asked Potter, because Potter's from just outside of Toronto. He was like, yeah, like I grew up a Leafs fan. Like you always want to try a little bit harder against those teams. And all the god, somebody posted that tweet in the Leafs subreddit, and they were like, "Who is this? I don't even know who this is." And they're like, "Oh, this was the worst player at the World Juniors tournament last year." Or, "Oh, it doesn't even matter. He'll be on our third line in 2 years anyways." I'm like, "You mean the guy that we're calling the future Bergeron? Do you think we're letting go of him? Do you think?" All right, he'll
be on the Leafs third line in 2 years.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, 20-year-old Matt Patra, no doubt.
Paint me the picture of how the 20-year-old gets to the Toronto Maple Leafs in 2 years. I would love to know, if you guys have such a strong understanding of the business side of hockey, how that happens.
No, it's such a fantasy for them to rip one of our players away because we keep doing it to them.
Mm-hmm.
We took Tuca. We drafted Swayman. They gave up on Braz and we took him. And he's scoring against them now. They need the equivalent. They need like a Kessel moment, basically. They need another Phil Kessel, who is too busy playing poker right now, which is
where is he again?
What?
What is he doing? He's in like the World Poker Tournament?
Yeah, he's in the Phil Kessel's in the World Poker Tournament. How is there not a team in the league that wants to sign Phil Kessel to a deal right now?
Because he's 39.
But he's still good. Like,
no, he hasn't been good in years.
He's fine. Oh, also Riley Tufte waived and sent to Providence, which has to mean that Tyler Johnson deal's incoming. But I've been saying that for 5 days now, so I don't know when it's going to be. But the golf video. I don't think we ever got a chance to talk about that.
Yeah, we never did talk about it. It's kind of old news now.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of old
great.
now.
We should have done a full clip or frame by frame breakdown of that. But Potsy getting the chip in was awesome.
I just love Potter so much. What a wonderful energy he has, and what a player he's going to be for this team.
Yeah, great personality. I love the personality of the core right now. They are having so much fun, and I also love that it seems like the social team has kind of taken an aim towards getting more off ice content. And I mean, the Bruins already have a ton of it, but they're getting more of it and putting it out there, which says to me that the culture is really good. So they do want to put it out. Like, just to make another Red Sox comparison here, the Red Sox stopped doing off the field content last year because they had just negative personality, negative aura. And they were like, yeah, we really don't need to be putting these guys out there. Like, just do your media availability, say, yeah, we're doing our thing, and then hide. So the fact that the Bruins are like, we got to be putting this stuff out, says that they're doing well, even through, some tough struggling times. And I loved Pasta's post game where he kind of said, like, he admitted, like, yeah, we needed it. It's been a little tough.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's nice to know that their vibes are still up, even though they're like going through like a relative rough patch.
Yeah.
There's some old heads on Facebook being like, you can't have fun when you're losing. Like, this is why you're losing. You don't care enough. It's like, like it probably means a lot more to stay to lose than like constantly like hit yourself in the head and be like, you stupid.
Dumb. Yeah.
Also, if you can do me a favor and take out Bruins TikTok right now and look at the last post they made.
Right now.
We alluded to their hospital, the children's hospital trip is Monsters Inc. character. They posted Swayman is Sully and Boo is Patra. Because of course he is, because he's the baby boy.
That's just me opening my TikTok for you page. I have a lot of trouble figuring out my eye color, so most of my pages just.
Wait, are you the Joey Copponi of TikTok fame? Is that you? Is this the same man?
Oh, I guess you can follow me on there if you want to. It's what other 21,000 people do.
Whoa! But it's a very good clip of Patra leaping onto Swayman's back. But just a smile from him.
That's awesome.
Oh, he's such a good energy. And I like that there's like a smaller clique among Beecher, Patra, and Mason, because it's like, yeah, like you're like the three young studs that like will be pretty fucking important for this team going forward.
Yeah.
I remember they kind of had that. It was like Chuck, DeBrusque, Vetrano was also like one of those too. I remember that they posted. They were always like posting shit on Instagram and tagging each other, and like fortnight later. But it's a good time.
Good stuff.
Yeah, no, it was a good win.
The boys are
good
doing
vibe.
well. Everybody's okay.
Good. Yeah, we're doing good.
Everything's okay.
We're doing
much better show than last. I'm very glad we didn't have to do a bad show today.
That would have been real bad. That would
have been real bad.
I wouldn't have done it.
No.
But yeah, we got the Flyers coming up. Flyers suck. Flyers are 2-6-1. I hope we get to see something fun from Tortorella. That's fun. But yeah, no, I think we're in a good position right now. I think even like you don't even have to go on a huge win streak, but like your next 10 to do better, you're in a very good spot.
Well, we will actually be talking about 2 games next time we speak.
Okay.
It will be Philadelphia and Carolina.
Oh, those will probably be 2 very different games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we go out to Philadelphia
and Seattle after that. So
those should be about the same.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So
then there's an election.
I mean, Carolina on the road.
Yeah, I don't like
That
that.
will be something.
I block out of my mind how much I fucking hate playing Carolina.
Yeah, me too.
Some of the worst fans in the league. Oh my god, I hate Hurricanes fans. They're just so dumb and loud.
I listen. I think it's like Florida, Carolina, and by default Toronto. But like they're not. They're just so they're like laughably dumb. It's like they broke the scale. But I think that's it. Like
I hate
people
Islanders
hate
fans.
Rangers fans.
I hate
Islanders.
Islanders fans. Obnoxious group of fans.
I mean, people say that about the Rangers. I just like I
People
don't
say it about
care
Boston.
about the Rangers' success because it's just been so
Yeah.
long that it's like, yeah, sure. Like, I don't know, have your moment.
They're like, this is not a great comparison because it's really not true, but they're like the Yankees to me. It's like, you want to vote for the Rangers? Like, all right, okay.
Yeah, I don't. But like so much less success. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what it
carry
is, like-
themselves the same way at all. Like,
No, it's not a perfect comparison, but like if I had to pick a team in the league to be the Yankees, I would probably pick the Rangers. And
I think it's the
New
New
York,
Habs. It's just they
no,
are
'cause Habs suck.
well.
I mean,
yeah,
like
now,
right,
but
not like generationally, not like through the 100 years of NHL history. I mean, like right now, who would the Yankees be? I don't know. Just like it feels like they have like a lot of top talent, but it's like I just don't care about you guys.
Yeah, and I think
who
it's
would root
also
for
that
you?
they
Why would
like
you root for the Rangers?
hang their hat on some success that isn't real success. You know, like regular season records and like scoring records and that kind of stuff. When it's like you guys are built to win. You should not be satisfied with anything less than winning. So
Correct.
the fact that you haven't won it, then it doesn't matter. You don't matter yet. But anyway, I was making a point how I don't hate Rangers fans, but
I ruined it.
Philly's just us in another dimension. It's always been that. They'll always be that.
Yeah, we're too similar.
Yeah,
They're worse.
sure.
And Garnet Hathaway, I don't know if you saw, but he just fully elbowed somebody last game and he got fined
he's
for
gone.
it. Like
He got fined. He got fined.
It was
right?
Marcus Foligno was like, that's what he has to do to stay relevant. And I saw that quote and I was like, what's the hit? And I watched it and I'm like, it's not even he doesn't even elbow somebody with the puck. He just is skating by someone, just elbows them in the mouth. And it's like, dude, Garnet, come on, buddy.
Yeah,
Like you're effective enough within the rules that like you don't have to do that shit.
Well, he thinks otherwise.
I liked Hathaway. I do miss Hathaway.
Yeah, sure. But we will see you guys after the Flyers and Hurricanes games, and the Bruins are playing in them too.
Oh, that's good.
So we appreciate you guys,
Always.
and just thank you from the bottom of our hearts for hanging out with us, for listening. Thank you for being our friends. Thank you for going on the journey that is this NHL season with us. Thank you for,
bearing with me. Pasternak loves his league.